Justin, and I hope you're enjoying my dad's videos. Make sure to share this video with family and friends, like and subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you get notified for all my dad's new videos. My social media will be tagged down below so you can follow it, and just remember, Jesus loves you.
Hi guys, just to let you know, we've got a brand new website, drcharlieward.com, where all our videos will be loaded over the next few weeks, and you'll be able to view all of those there's no charge for watching any of those. We've moved them all onto our own platform because all the doctor ones, which are very, very important, have been taken down, so we've now got control over those, but every single video we post will be free to watch. That's very important for you to know. The other thing is we're getting an awful lot of people asking us about gold and silver. And I've always been an advocate of gold and silver. And myself, I'm not in a position to give financial advice. I'm not qualified to do so. I'm just going to tell you what I've personally done. I've personally bought gold and silver, and I've used a company that I trust, which is shown below here. They've always looked after me well. And if you order from them more than £250 worth, you get a free 1 ounce silver coin, which is very, very nice. It's a nice little gift. But this is not an endorsement. This is just what I have done personally, and it's up to you. It's your choice. As I said, I'm not qualified to give the advice or financial advice, but it's just what I have done personally. And I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you enjoy watching all of my videos. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, welcome, Dr. Sonia and Lee Dawson, the pair of you.
Thank you. Hi, Charlie.
Hi, Dr. Sonia.
Hi. Well, I tell you what, Dr. Sonia, this week I've got doctors on every single day.
Yes.
Because one thing that's become very, very clear on my studies, and I'm now up over 3,500 hours of study, is that I've got doctors who are prepared to sign a sworn affidavit that polio, AIDS, cancer, smallpox, all of these things have been created to make money for Big Pharma. And if I remember when we started this journey and you were talking about building up our immune system, and if we have a healthy immune system, then our bodies will look after themselves. And there's two very interesting things. One I told Lee about just now. The head of the Amish church in America was asked the question over the weekend as to why it was that none of the Amish people had COVID-19. He said, well, that's quite simple. We don't have television or social media.
Well, it's that makes sense, doesn't it?
Exactly. But no, massive welcome back to you, because I'm a living proof about your own products from Verelst Pharma. I've been using your product now for a number of months during this period, and it has been very, very helpful and constructive, and it builds up your immune system. I'm a 60-year-old man, and it's a bit like having an old car. You got to look after it a bit more than a new one. They need looking after. And these sort of supplements over against drugs are a far better choice to let our own bodies fight whatever disease we have.
Yes, exactly. Because if you can prevent something, it's always better than having to cure, because once the symptoms are there, it's far more difficult to correct and to go back to the situation you were before. So whatever you do to take care of your health with food, with exercise, with taking care of your mental health, is always better than doing nothing and just wait for the symptoms to appear, right?
Correct.
Yeah, Charlie, when we do the PT, well, I've been in the PT game now for 30 odd years, and the first thing you do when you sit people down, you just go through their diet, nutrition, and you know the old saying is you are what you eat, and a lot of people still really, you know, I'm quite shocked sometimes. I think we had one lady on a long time ago. We spoke to her off record, and she was eating what you call them, hungry man meals in the freezer.
Yeah.
Putting them in the microwave 2 minutes, and she couldn't understand why she had all these chronic illnesses. And for me, it was like I couldn't really get comprehend it, because I'm not used to eating fresh every day and eating healthy. Yeah, I still like a drink, and I still like to have a pizza and some junk food. But it's all about balance, right? But the amount of people that still really don't know how to look after themselves and eat fresh food and just balance the nutrition. It's a massive number of people. And if you just look now with the obesity cases, I mean, they're saying that all the obesity cases are the first ones to get any kind of COVID, flu, virus, influenza, chronic illnesses, because the diet is completely out of balance, and they're eating all processed foods and sugars, and your body can't sustain this. And if you have balanced nutrition and you balance it with workout, fresh air, sunlight, I don't see what the problem is. It's not, you don't have to be a rocket science, and you don't have to be an athlete. It's just juggling a nice, even balance.
Yeah, but mostly people, they get, you know what happens, they get lazy. We have a stressful job. It's late. You think you don't have the time to prepare a proper meal. And mostly it's like, well, we'll do it tomorrow, and it becomes like a habit, and tomorrow never comes, and you end up eating every day your junk food, which of course makes you lack vitamins and minerals, certain essential amino acids, and then your whole body starts to function badly. Little by little, it's something that you don't notice at once, but it builds up little by little, and in the end, you end up with diabetes, with heart problems, with cancer even, because all those a balanced diet, it's very important to get all the minerals, all the vitamins. You need to have fruits, vegetables, meat, fish, dairy. So of course, some people have problems like they cannot digest, they cannot use lactose or gluten. That's more complicated. But then if you are aware of that, you find the best nutrition for you to circumvent the problem. But if you have a balanced diet, you can prevent many things, many problems with your health.
And if you think about the principle of fast food, with these people who are working really long hours and they come home and they're eating crap food, let's put it, say it as it is.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it is. And then you sit down in front of the television and you listen to the shit that comes out of the television.
Yes.
It's all geared up to make money for Big Pharma.
Yes.
And you're an absolutely perfect target, because your body's full of shit, your head's full of shit, and you wonder why you're not well.
Oh, that pretty much nailed it, that, Charlie.
Yeah. And then they tell you, well, we can solve it, just take a vaccine and you'll be healthy. Well, and people believe that.
They do, yeah. Just stick a little prick in your bottom and you'll be fine. And then you suddenly look at every single person that contracted polio and cancer and AIDS. All of these have been created either through the vaccine or through the food chain. And when people wake up to that truth, they'll go, the last thing I need right now is a prick in my bottom.
Exactly, yes. Cool.
Correct. Charlie, getting back to the supplements, and you know, as we know, when we get older, your body goes through the aging process, which you end up depleting a lot of things in your body, and it's impossible to get it out of the food now because of poison from up there. The soil has been fertilized so many times, there's nothing left in that, so the nutrients, and so it's really impossible, I mean, to get the balance you need from food these days. So and especially if you have a hectic lifestyle, and like you're saying, and you haven't got the time to go and get fresh food, and you have to, you know, do your best to get what you can. So with the supplements, we've been involved in for a number of years now. And since I've been involved in this company almost 2 years now, and I'm 49 years old, and I'm training like a 25-year-old, Charlie. I mean, I'm training 6 days a week, 2 hours a day. I'm in the boxing ring with sparring with guys 20, 30 years younger than me. I've got no issues with my elbows, knees, which I did over 3 or 4 years ago. Now this is all gone, and this is all down to the supplements I've been taking. Now, yeah, I'm a little bit of a pig when it comes to taking things, because if it's there and I look, and I see, oh, like that, the science looks really good, I'll take it all, you know, because I'm still in the mindset that the humans can live naturally for 120 years plus, and we die far too early, Charlie, and this is because of the environment we live in.
Yeah.
So getting back to the supplements for longevity and basically having a healthy, long-lasting life. First of all, I would like to talk about the genetic supplements, and then go into the genetic testing, and then finish off with our new supplements from the pharma website. So everybody was talking, when we first started, Charlie, we started talking about the glutathione system with the detox, and the DNA decoder with the methylation with the absorption. And a lot of people just started a couple of things off the health pack, and the amount of feedback we had and emails Dr. Sonia and I had was incredible. And some of the people now, I think when we first started, this was a few months ago, so some of them have been on the products now for a few months, and the comments, Charlie, I mean, you feel like you've been stroked, and you feel like, wow, I've really helped this person's life. And so getting back to the supplements, Dr. Sonia, I would like to, because we've got a lot of new listeners now from the beginning when we first started, and we've got a lot more platforms now, and we go out to 6 different languages in some of the platforms as well. So can you explain to us about, I think we'll start with the detox, the vegan detox anti-aging, Dr. Sonia. Can you explain a little bit about this, please?
Yes, we have a product that's called Total Detox Anti-Aging. The main ingredient is N-acetylcysteine, which is actually an ingredient that your own body uses to make glutathione. So glutathione, that is the main pathway that eliminates toxins from your body. So it's an antioxidant, but also it is anti-inflammatory. So from everything we get into our system, from food, from that's treated with chemicals, and also our proper respiration and oxygen and metabolism, it creates toxic products that need to be eliminated from the body. So the body is perfectly capable of doing that by itself, by glutathione. But with the current situation and so much pollution and the stress, it diminishes our own capacity to do this. So we can help this by providing N-acetylcysteine to the body, so that the body has more precursors to make more glutathione and be more efficient in eliminating all those toxic elements. And this is, so if you have too many toxins, this is actually what causes your body to age faster, because these toxic elements, if they stay in the cells are damaged, which then damages your tissues. You can see it in bad skin, your hair starts to fall out, your nails are brittle, but also it has worse effects on your organs. You can get diabetic. So it's actually, it can cause many, many problems. Many of them also related with inflammation that then lead to severe complications. So by helping your body to make glutathione, you can prevent most complications. And that is why we have this product that is the main ingredient is N-acetylcysteine, but also a few others that are potent antioxidants that help other pathways in the body to get rid of toxins and keep your body as clean as possible. And that's the perfect way to stay healthy. This is one of the products we sell that focus on cleaning the body, actually.
I think it's very important what you point out there, because I don't think people have any idea how many toxins we take into our body that need to be looked after. Because I just did, as a little example, I used to do the aqua detox that brings the toxins out through your feet, and even that shows you how many toxins you have in your body. And the whole point of this journey is very simple. It's to let our immune system build up, so that when germs, not viruses, because our body's made of viruses, when germs come around, our body can deal with it. If we look after our body and get rid of the toxins and look after our diet and our exercise, whatever comes along, our body is actually clever enough, looked after properly, to handle anything.
Exactly, yeah. It's perfect. It's made to do that. It's got everything it needs,
Yeah.
but it needs a little bit help. It can use some help when we age, when we have stress, our hormone levels change, the immune system goes down, and that's where some help can arrange it.
And right now, with the stress that people are going through the loss of their businesses and houses and whatever, this stress will bring down your immune system and make you vulnerable.
Yes.
And wearing a mask as well when you're stressed, your immune system is diving right now.
And another thing that I think is important is with all these extra hygienic measures of always washing our hands, always using hygienic, we are living too hygienical right now. And this also brings our immune system down, because the immune system, it needs to be active. It wants to be active, and it needs contact with pathogens.
Of course it does.
And if it doesn't have them, it starts to look elsewhere and it starts to attack things of our own. You get more allergies towards things that you're not supposed to react to. And especially for children now, it's very important, because at a young age, the immune system still needs to develop. It needs to learn what is foreign and what is of its own. And if there are no foreign pathogens, it starts to create autoimmune diseases. So
correct. I'm
very worried about children that are now in this young age, what's going to happen to them when they grow older. It's a very worrying situation.
Wow. Okay, the next one, Dr. Sonia, is how we absorb our food. Now, I think, I can't remember what it was, 30% of absorption what people normally go through, and we developed a decoder which pumps it right up to 90% absorption. Can you explain about the decoder, please?
Yes, decoder, that is actually vitamins of the B complex, but we use the vitamins in their active form. So whatever we eat to absorb the B vitamins, B6, B9, B12, B5, they are not directly active in our body. Our body still needs to transform them. There are different steps, metabolic pathways, that our body needs to change those molecules before they can actually do what they're supposed to do. And so we've seen with genetic research, we realized that many people, about 40 to 50% of the population, they have limited capacities to activate the vitamins, especially vitamin B9, folic acid. So what happens is those people, they are slow metabolizers of the vitamin, and they're not getting enough of them in their active form. So if you look at the normal food supplements, if you look at the list, it's mostly folic acid that is included. But since I just told you, people still need to activate these. People with a slow metabolism, they're not getting enough of the active form. So that's why we made a food supplement that contains methylfolate. Methylfolate is the active form of folic acid. So this is the one your body uses directly. So you don't have problems in absorbing it or assimilating it, because it's the one that you directly need and you directly use. So we kind of circumvent the steps where many people have metabolic problems. And these vitamins, they are so important for the general pathway, which is called the methylation cycle. This is the most important pathway in your body that makes everything you further need. It is important for your immune system, for any synthesis of protein, for muscle, for hormones, for your mental health. It's really the basic thing you need to have right to prevent problems. So with this supplement, we've helped many problems, people with diabetics, with cardiovascular disease. It's all very beneficial for them to try to prevent further complications, because it gives them what they need to get all their pathways up to speed and to provide everything the body needs.
It certainly helped me, because I had issues with water retention, and it's helped my metabolism no end. And just as an example, after the first month, I managed to shed something like 6 or 7 kilos just
Mhm.
by exercise and by the decode that we've done with the DNA decode. And it's been very, very constructive. And it was so easy to do. A simple bit of exercise, taking the tablets each day, and it was, you could see the effects within a very short period of time. So for me, it was very, very constructive.
Yeah, it's good, Charlie. And I saw the difference as well. I watched you go through that. It was nice to see.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to go through all the products because we've got quite a few and we haven't got loads and loads of time, but I'll go through two more on the genetic website before we talk about the genetic testing, which is really interesting. So the next product, Dr. Sonia, is, I love the box, by the way, uronic acid for the skin,
Yes.
because we seem to see this a lot now on television, but they seem to be in a little tub and they're rubbing it on the face. But I got told, I think by you, that it's impossible to go in through the skin. It has to be absorbed and come out through the skin.
Mm-hmm. So the hyaluronic acid, it's a molecule that traps water. So that's why it has enormous potential to retain water, to hydrate the skin, but also the joints and everything. So what they do in cosmetics, what they do is they use the molecule, but they cut it up in very, very tiny pieces, which is called hydrolyzed hyaluronic acid. This way, it penetrates the skin a little bit, but only the outer layers. It cannot go into the deepest layer of the skin. But as a cream, like on the outside, it gives you a temporary effect of hydration. It traps some water in your skin, so you get the feeling that it's more dense and flexible. But if you take it as a supplement, then of course it is easily digested, and then it works from the inside. With your body, it distributes it to your skin, but also your joints. So this way, it helps people to hydrate the skin from inside, but also the movements. It reduces the pain. Because the flexibility of the joints, the elbows, the knees, it is a kind of, it's lubricated because the molecule, it is distributed in between, and so it prevents the friction. So it helps a lot of people that way. But it is important that the molecule is the large form. So normally, if you buy this as supplements as well, many people sell it as hydrolyzed form as well, which is cheaper to produce. But then it doesn't have the same effect because it needs to be in the form that the body itself also makes it and uses it, which is a very large molecule. So it has a weight of 1.5 million Dalton. So it's a very big molecule. But in our product, we take care so that the molecule, it maintains its natural structure, the same way it's used in the body. It is absorbed, and that way it works immediately, instead of the hydrolyzed form, which really it's only just a mock-up. It doesn't really do its effect, not the way the natural product does.
Wow, that's interesting. A lot of science there.
Yeah. No, it's that sort of thing is always interesting, because we're living in an age right now where I know with my own wife, the amount of money that she spends on hydration creams, if you like, or serums, as the really expensive ones are called. And when you start to understand the science of how to look after your body and how to look after your skin, this becomes very important, rather than just what the product corporations will pump out in as their narrative to sell their product. You need to understand the science, so that you can understand.
Of course, for the skin, also nutrition is very important. The vitamins, you can put on as many creams as you want, but if you're lacking the nutrients from inside to maintain the structure, you're just wasting money. You need to take care of all aspects of your health: your food, your exercise, and of course the exterior hygiene as well. Yeah.
I think exercise is a hugely important part. Yes, what you put in your body is very, very, very important. And you don't have to go for a run every day. I walk. And when I started walking, I could only walk about 100 meters. And I was out of breath. That's how unfit I was when I started this journey. Now I can do 10 kilometers with a steep hill in the middle with ease. But I didn't push myself too far at the start, because I'd have lost interest. And I just started where I was happy and just built it up bit by bit. If you go into it flat out, some people with addictive personalities will go flat out from day one. And that's just them. Everybody finds their own level, but don't overdo it. Otherwise, you'll find the journey hard. If you do it within your parameters of what you can do, then you'll find it very easy to do.
Correct.
Yes,
that's
to avoid injuries as well, because if you're not used to doing anything and suddenly you go all the way, you're more likely to have an injury in a tendon or a muscle. Your body needs to adapt to it, so you need to take it little by little, step by step. So it's indeed an agreeable, something nice to do, and leave your body some time to adapt. No, it's the best way to do it. Exactly.
It's like trying to race a knackered old car, isn't it? Not going to work.
That's it. Nice and slowly, softly approach.
Softly, build it up, check all the bits, and start with the journey. You know, build it up stage by stage.
Right. The other product I want to talk about. A lot of people misinterpret this. They think protein powder is just associated with gyms and bodybuilding, and it's clearly not true. So I would like Dr. Sonia to explain about our protein powder and how different it is to all the ones you see on the shelf, our hydrolyzed whey protein. Can you explain about this one, please, Dr. Sonia?
Yes, of course. Of course, we have a lot of clients that are in gym that use the protein powder to build muscle, but it's even more important for everybody when you start to getting older, because like you, Lee, you mentioned before, as we age, the capacity of our body to perform all its reactions, it slows down and become more susceptible to muscle wasting. People, when you get old, it's not so easy anymore to build muscle, because also the hormones change. Once you get into menopause or andropause for man, your hormone balance changes, and that diminishes the capacity of your body to create muscle. So you need more protein to sustain that, because the muscle it can only keep itself if it has the nutrients, the proteins itself, and the stimulants to do that, to build the muscle, which is hormones on one side and also exercise again. So you need 3 combinations: good protein, exercise, and a good hormonal balance to keep your muscle and stop it from losing it.
Sure.
And so people that get old, when they start losing the muscle, they become more fragile. It's easier to break a leg. Then you end up in hospital. Then you cannot move at all. Then you become obese. So that is the start of many complications. Now, the protein powder we developed, it's a hydrolyzed form, which means we cut up the protein in very tiny pieces this time. This helps the body because the amino acids, this way, they are transported directly to the muscle. If you use unhydrolyzed protein, first it needs to go to the liver. The liver has to metabolize it, and that's why you lose a lot of the quality already before it reaches the muscle. So with our protein, it is, first to mention, it's a full spectrum, so it's a complete form. Every essential amino acid is contained in the right proportions, because it's whey protein, so it's made from milk, which has a perfect balance of all the amino acids we need. And so the tiny bits, they go directly to the muscle, which makes it very easy to digest. We have many people that before said, I've been taking protein powders and I always feel like I'm getting bloated. I cannot digest it. It's heavy. Ours is not, just because it's hydrolyzed in a very high form. So it's easy to take, easy to digest, and helps the muscle immediately. And a part of that, we also add other ingredients. So we've got vitamins included in there. We've also got the N-acetylcysteine, which helps to detox, to eliminate the toxins. So it's all in favor of building clean muscle and keeping the muscles healthy, eliminate the toxins, providing also the vitamins that are needed for all the other metabolic reactions. So it's just, we have so many positive comments of people that were feeling weak, no energy. And with this, you gain your strength. And if you feel strength, you get capacity to work out again. Then you build up your immune system and you just become a healthy and fit person again. And that's so important to care of. And when you are getting older, it's more important than than even going to the gym when you're young.
It's interesting when you talk about getting older, because I'm 60. And if you've got an old car, and I use this so that people can visualize it. If you've got an old car and bits fall off it, you repair it.
Exactly.
As you get older as a human, you seem to look after your cars better than yourself. You need certain things to help you as you get older, to keep your body in order, to keep your immune system in order, to keep you, because a healthy body generates a healthy mind. And a healthy mind makes good decisions in life.
Correct. So true, Charlie.
All connected, so true. All is connected, exactly.
Totally connected. Oh, brilliant.
Okay. The next one, I haven't really, I think I've touched on this one maybe twice, I think. But now we got you back on the show, Dr. Sonia. I really want to, a lot of people have been asking me to talk about this. We have a genetic testing site, which you do through your saliva. And basically we can find out everything that's wrong with you now and what you can have an issue with in years to come. And we can design your own supplements exactly for the individual. Can you explain about this, please, Dr. Sonia?
Yes. So from research we did in the past, because we started only as a company doing genetic research, analyzing people's DNA and then giving advice. But then we realized from our research with analyzing many clients, we realized that everybody has some kind of a metabolic pathway that is slower or not as efficient as it should be. And that's why everybody needs something more. So we got the general recommendations like by the FDA, you know, they publish food tables where they say you need so much of vitamin A, you're recommended to take so much of vitamin B, but realize that this is only a general pattern, but it's not working for everybody. For instance, Lee, you might be needing 4 times more of vitamin B9, or Charlie, you might be needing 3 times more of vitamin D. So everybody is off of the regular pattern at some point. So then we noticed that actually, if we look at all the metabolic reactions, all the genes that transcribe to these metabolic enzymes, we can see which metabolic pathways in you are not functioning so well and where you need some help, some extra help. So this gives us the idea to provide a supplement that includes exactly what you need to get all your metabolic reactions optimal, to the optimal speed. And it can prevent so many things, you know. If you get your food and everything you need right from young age, everything, your metabolism working always up to speed, the risks of getting diseases is lowered hugely by taking the right supplements. So then we decided actually to sell this as a complete package. So we sell a box that contains a food supplement for a whole year, because it's designed exactly for you. So it is a lot of work for us. First, we provide you with a test, a saliva test. So which is, I have actually, it's just a tube where you have to spit in. If you see it comes as a kit. So if you open it, it's just the saliva tube that you have to spit in a funnel and then click it. And from this, then we analyze, we send it to the lab and we analyze your DNA. And then we see which vitamins and minerals you need more of. And we provide a batch exactly of the ingredients that you need, which will last you for 1 year. And we sell that and in a box that comes like this. So you got a big box with the VGen logo on it.
Yeah.
And if you open it, inside is first a certificate. There is an envelope.
Yeah.
And it's got your name and the list of ingredients that we made for you. And then there is 12 bottles, which include your supply of vitamins. This one contains 31 tablets. So we put in 30 tablets, but somebody said, well, then that's not a whole year, right? So, so we put in 31 tablets in each bottle, so you're covered for a whole year. And that will help you not to worry whether you're taking enough of this or that. You don't have to go to the pharmacy anymore to buy all these multivitamins, and because everything you need is in there. It's made for you, and you don't need any more. So it keeps you from worrying, it keeps you from spending so much money, because many people know they listen to the media as well. They say you have to buy this, you have, in the end you end up buying 50 different products and none of them is right for you. This is what's right for you and it works and you don't need anything more. So
and
it's very comfortable, easy to do.
We'll put the link for Verelst Pharma down below, and we'll also you need to put the code in Lee71, which will also be
this
down
one
below.
Actually, we sell this one on the Verelst Genetics website. The Genetics is doing the genetic tests and the supplements. So this one is verelstgenetics.com.
Okay, I'll put both of the Pharma and the Genetics one. I'll put both of the websites down below, so they can see them, and you can use the code Lee71.
Yes,
both of those.
Lee71. On both websites, the Lee gives you the Lee code Lee71. You get a nice discount. Yes.
Okay, that's brilliant. Okay.
The other thing about looking at that, Charlie, before I've been sponsored by quite a few different companies over the years. Gaspari Nutrition springs to mind, and I was writing blogs for those guys for about 4 or 5 years. And during that time, and before that time, supplements on a larger scale, it only really sort of kicked off the last 20 years on a very, very large scale, where you had so many different brands. It was never like that before. And I remember when I first started going into it, I didn't really read too much. I was like, wow, look at that tub, looks really cool, big guy on there doing this and all these things. And you start getting into it. Oh, it tastes nice, but you don't even really look at the ingredients 20 years ago, just taking it because it would make you bigger or faster or stronger. And I think going back 10 years now, and I think about it, I was spending close, Charlie. I mean, and I told you I'm a pig when it comes to things like this. Anything to make you faster, stronger, younger, I'm on it. I was spending on average 300 to 500 a month. And I'm talking euros, right? My supplements every month. I mean, that's just, it's outrageous, And even when I was sponsored by a company and I was getting free stuff, I was still going out and buying more. So on a scale now, when I look at what I take from Verelst, I basically take the health pack, and I've been taking the health pack for a couple of years now, which only comes up to I think the whole pack comes up to maybe just over 200 euros with everything in there. So I mean, I'm saving a fortune. I feel fantastic. Skin's great. My joints are great. I'm boxing, and everybody who's around me who's on the products is feeling great as well. Especially going through this time we're in with this, COVID nonsense and people losing their businesses. It's so important to keep yourself mentally and physically strong. Going on to just the last one now, Charlie, was we brought out a whole new range of supplements on the pharma side, and they're a little bit more high-powered. And the reason why we put some more high-powered supplements in there is because of everything that's going on now in the world, and there's so many people getting ill because of this. Would you just like to explain about this one's called? I love the name of this one. Frontline Defense, please, Dr. Sonia.
Yes. Okay. So Verelst Pharma is doing research most of the time. So we've developed a new line after more research, more experiments, where we realized that we need to go more focused into particular problems. So we've developed something particular for nails, for hair, but then the one you mentioned, the Frontline Defense, it is actually a combination of several ingredients that we already used in the VGen products, but we combined them in higher concentrations and added a few more things, so that they are particularly exactly working on the immune system now to be as strong as possible and to defend against anything. I mean, it's just a higher combination and the stronger ingredients together. So it is a more potent product, but it's also more expensive to produce. But we made it particularly now with all the concerns of when you need something extra. And up to now, we've had a few clients trying it, and we've got pretty good results. They feel stronger, more energetic. So it is like a combination of the other products, but in a more intense, higher concentrations. And it provides everything you need to defend yourself against now the current situation.
Well, as I think, as our audience can see, the governments around the world are trying to reduce the population by killing us all, by reducing our immune system. We're trying to do exactly the opposite. It depends which side of the bed you want to be. If you want to look after yourself, which I'm one of those, I'm enjoying life so much, I want to enjoy it even more. And being 60 years old and fit and healthy is a great feeling, rather than sat at home with your slippers on. It's good. You feel so much better when your mind is healthy and your body is healthy. And it helps you deal with issues, everyday issues, so much better. Whereas if you're feeling, as we said earlier, if you're eating junk food and you're sat down on the sofa watching junk television, you're going to feel down, down, down. And it's all oppression. It's outside oppression. It's almost communism that just wants to bring you down. But we're not into that world. We're into the world of making you feel better.
Exactly.
And I want to thank you, Dr. Sonia, because we started off this journey a long time ago together. Yeah. And I was incredibly nervous the first time I interviewed you. Couldn't even pronounce your name.
It's a bit complicated, I know.
No, you've done an amazing job, and I want to thank you on behalf of all of our viewers. And we'll share the links below so that people can look after themselves, because the governments aren't. We've got to do it ourselves. So
no, it's everybody's own job to take care of yourself, because nobody else is going to do it. So.
Exactly right. But Lee, thank you very much. Dr. Sonia, thank you very, very much. That has been so constructive. And what it's done is inform our viewers exactly what you have on offer. And we'll put the links below. And remember the code Lee71. That'll get you a discount. And I can assure you, I'm living proof that these products are all extremely good and very, I recommend them highly. But thank you very, very much for joining this morning.
Thank you, Charlie. It was my pleasure. I enjoy talking to you guys, and keep up the good work you're doing. I appreciate everything you are doing, really, for this world, for everybody.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
All right.
Thanks, Charlie.
Hello everyone, Charlie Ward has finally got a new website. It's called drcharlieward.com. All of his videos, new and old, will be added there for you to watch for free. Add your email address to subscribe to Charlie's newsletter for regular updates and to stay in touch. Alright, Spanish version. Hola a todos. Charlie Ward tiene por fin una nueva página web. www.drcharliewards.com. Allí encontrarás todos sus vídeos, nuevos y viejos, para que los puedas ver gratis. Apunta tu email y suscríbete a la newsletter de Charlie para recibir actualizaciones regulares.